Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. Whenever tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Champ and the Tramp. We got a special guest in the building.
I'm excited.
Corey Anderson, my man. He was my first pick on Ultimate Fighter 19, right? That was what, back in 2014? 14. And then he moved to Jersey, and we've been teammates ever since. Training partners once.
Never do that again.
Want to hear what happened?
Yeah.
I whatever, like, he didn't have a partner. I'm like, I'll go to him. Mark's like, nah, go to him. I'm like, I'll go to him. No, he's not going to be a dick. You know, I'll go to him. And he's going, dude, first of all, he wasn't hitting me hard, but I'm like, damn, holy shit. There's a lot of weight behind these punches. And the next thing you know, I try to shoot on him, and I go, and I fucking thought he kneed me with no knee pads on. And I split my chin open. Bad. This was a couple weeks before one of our fights, right?
Before the finale.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck knees? Why the fuck you kneeing? And then I go back. I shot into his fucking knee. He didn't knee me at all.
What do you mean you go back? You watched the tape?
Yeah, I watched the tape.
I'm sitting there like, Mark, I swear to God, I didn't do it. I was just standing there like, bro, what the fuck, bro? What the? Like, I called my parents like, I'm coming home. They're about to kick me out of the team. And sure enough, Mark called me that night. Like, we watched the film, and you didn't do it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like, damn it. I was like, yo, I definitely lifted it. No, not at all.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that was the one of many times I split my chin open. I split this open. Honestly, I probably had maybe 50 stitches in my chin alone.
You're a bleeder, man. You are a bleeder.
You actually split it the last spar at that camp. I remember at Nick's.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened. You had to call the doctor and get stitched up before we headed over there.
Yeah.
Can't remember what happened. I remember you throwing your headgear and screaming.
Yeah, you get pissed. But the last time I got it cut open, he took a bunch of scar tissue out, and now it's good. I haven't got it cut open since.
I noticed, like you pointed out, the eyes. I don't notice anything on the chin. You were like one day.
I took a bunch of scar. Like I had a whole bunch of scar tissue, so it would tap it and it would open up.
Oh really?
So he took all of that out. All that. Mark was talking about when you got your teeth
crushed out.
Crushed in. Who was that against?
Yeah, that was a Jon.
Yeah.
First loss.
Oh, I was at that fight, man.
Yeah.
I was at that fight. We were front row. Listen to this. It's a good story. We were front row, Jenny and I'd met you shortly before that at Subway. Remember?
Subway. Yeah.
Me and Jenny met. Nicest guy ever. And I was a fan because obviously I watched the show. And you came up to us, and we went to the fight, which was shortly after that, I believe. And we were at the fight. We're in the front row. And we're cheering you on, and the people right next to us, right to our left, are cheering on. How do you pronounce his name? Jon. Right, they're cheering him on, cheering him off, and Jenny's getting a little pissed off, like, oh fuck. So she's like talking a little bit of shit and getting a little bit louder, and they're talking a little bit of shit, but nothing too crazy. But clearly we're on opposing. It was Chris Weidman's wife. Chris Weidman's sister, and Gion's whole family, like right next to us. And I was like, once we figured out who it was all family. Yeah. But yeah, so
I brought my kids to that fight. Actually, I had both my boys with me, and I remember I was sitting front row, and Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers was there. And he, I've talked to him before. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Give him 5. And my kid's eating, like, I think chocolate or something. Had chocolate all over his hand. And my kid goes to give him 5. Anthony Kiedis is like, bing, hits him with the finger, bing. But I'll never forget, Mark walks you out, and my kids, they see you and Mark. And Tino's like, Dad, Mark, I'm going to talk to him. I'm like, no, you can't go talk to him. We got to watch the fight.
Yeah, I remember after that fight, Dana called me. That was super exciting. He said Anthony was there. Like, dude from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony, he keep calling me, talking about how crazy that fight was. That's why you got fight of the night.
It was a great fight.
Yeah, it was.
Sucks that I got my teeth crushed out there. That shit sucked. And 32 leg kicks.
32 legs.
Wow.
Yeah. No more now.
That was like a sprock.
I started, now.
Did you watch the fight this weekend?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, all my main picks was right except for Carl.
Yeah.
I mean, he called me immediately after. Literally, after he cut off the camera, my phone was ringing. He called me. He just said, I just didn't feel right. I don't know what happened, bro. Like, I got hit and just
I mean, he reacted good that where the dude guillotined
For
him.
the guillotine, yeah.
And he did like the fucking...
Jumped on the top ropes.
Yeah, he jumped like off the side. We did like a fucking Showtime.
He was literally all the way at the top, though. When they showed the replay, his foot was on top of the thing.
Top? Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how you know how athletic he is. He jumped.
It's like when it reminds me like when you're in a pool and you push off the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he rolled and did everything right there. And he just said, I don't remember. He said, I just don't remember anything else. It happens, I guess.
Now, what happened with his weight this time? Or is it just getting tough? It's just getting tough.
It's getting tough. Huh? He don't think 85 is going to be easier for him anymore. So
just go up, right?
He said he might. I don't know. We'll see when he get back.
All right. Who else? Who was the main event? Oh, I versus Kavia.
Yeah. I don't understand that main event, but
why? What? Kavia or I? Number one fighting a number.
No,
whatever.
She wasn't even ranked.
Wasn't even ranked. Yeah,
and then she beat her. Now she's going to be the top contender. It's like
I know.
That was one of them fights I keep telling people. They're taking a lot of fights that I don't think
I almost
make
feel
sense
like in that
now.
weight class everyone's fighting for second place.
You're right, because ain't nobody beating Valentina no time
right now,
soon.
right? No way. She's nasty.
She is nasty.
Nasty. And how about you? What are we gonna see you back in there? You think?
We'll see. Just got back with the team. Just seen everybody for the first time since my fight last week. So that was the biggest thing. Ali kept calling me and asking. I was like, I'm not doing anything, so I'm back with the squad.
Right,
I won't take a fight. Self-training. I mean, I'll be in shape. I'm always in shape, but it's game plan.
I see you do a lot of self-training at home in your garage and stuff. A lot, yeah.
It's always can't stop. That's just me.
Roger does a lot of self-restraining.
Yeah, see?
That's
jokes didn't take long. Didn't take long. Didn't take long. Didn't take long.
He restrains from training.
That's true. That's true. That's why I'm about 15 pounds lighter.
Who do you want to fight?
I mean, to be honest, like I told Ali, I ain't trying to take no easy fights. I'm trying to get right back there in the top. I'm ranked 4 right now. The only person ahead of me that hasn't fought Jon is Jan that just beat me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I already beat him once he beat me. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't see no point in me trying to get nobody ranked way outside the top 10 or anything. Just keep me up there in the top. I go out there and do what I usually do, and I'm still in the mix.
But how you feel about like these times? I think just because I must be having a hard time getting matchups. That's why you're seeing I fight a not ranked person.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm really not. If I don't fight until after this stuff is all done or until more international people can fight or whatever, I'm cool with it. I'm in no rush.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of these people are taking fights right now because they need money. You see a lot of the no-name guys or the younger guys that's fighting that's only on a 10-10 contract, just trying to get that money. Like the Hannah Seifert girl that fought yesterday. She just fought a week ago to Mackenzie Dern and lost right away. And she lost again, You got to think she's just fighting, she's trying to get a win and get that double paycheck, and like me, I'm cheap as hell. So I haven't spent a dime of my fight money, so it's no rush for me to fight to pay bills. We've never been in that spot.
You want to fight the right fight.
Exactly. Fight for the right reasons at the right time. Right now, I don't think anybody that's the right fight or is even able because they all international. So I'm just cool, chilling so they can.
Yeah.
How many more fights or wins, I should say, do you think you need to start calling out Jon again? I mean, that's the guy to fight, obviously. He's got some issues right now going on with UFC.
He's talking about retiring or whatever.
Right.
To be honest, I think one big fight, another big finish or something, or dominating, and you're right back in it. Because like I said, the only person left is Jon. I beat Glover, who's ranked right behind me.
True.
Anthony Smith, he's talking. He want to fight before September. If I fought him, that's the fight I would take if he come back. Other than that, I've already beat. I've been fighting top 15 guys.
This is true.
15 fights and 13 have been top 15. So it's kind of like I really don't have to keep fighting anybody to prove anything. I've proved it.
Right.
I just got to go out there and show I'm in the right state to go out there and get it done this time, and then give me the title fight.
Right.
What do you think Jon's gonna do?
I'm not even worried about it, to be honest.
But you got to be a little worried. Not worried. I know you're not concerned. But you got to be a little worried about, or no, you can't be. You don't have to be worried about it. You got to be concerned about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Because he just holds off. Then what is they gonna?
They're gonna mess around and do an intern.
An interim. If he's saying I'm not fighting, they're gonna have to strip him.
Well, that. I think with Jon Jones, they're gonna try to give him as many chances as they can before they strip him because he's a rigor setter.
So then that means the weight class gets. I agree. I don't want him to go anywhere. I'm sure you don't want him going anywhere. But I feel like. They gotta give him something, right?
They gotta do something, or he's gotta do something. Somebody's gotta take the ball and shoot it. Take a fight at 205, or the UFC need to give him more money so he can do the super fight. Yeah. But
I'm assuming that's why he's really just calling for super fights, because he's fought everybody and beat everybody. So really, what's left for him is just a big money fight, which would be a super fight. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I'd be so intrigued. I'd tune into that fight if you fought Ngannou.
Hell yeah! I mean, I think everybody would.
Everybody tune into anything with Ngannou.
Yeah, true.
Dude's a beast.
He kills people.
Literally.
Yeah.
With one
He's
punch.
so big, man. How do you think that fight would go?
To be honest, I think we might see Jon take his first loss.
Yeah.
Because you've seen him take a punch from Dominic Reyes, who has a lot shorter reach, and I don't think he's nearly as powerful or as good of a striker as Ngannou.
I thought Reyes looked so good against him. I mean, a lot of people thought that Reyes possibly won that. You know, so.
Definitely. But the way he caught Jones with that uppercut, and Jones was able to keep going.
You've seen with that from Francis.
Yeah, from Francis. Your head is in the Raptors.
It's touching your spine,
Yeah, you seen what happened to Alvarine when he did it.
Oh, God, man. That's going to be on the highlight reel for the next decade.
Yeah, I just hope it gets moving for you guys, you know?
Yeah.
It always sucks when that happens. But what about Usman versus Burns, like two teammates?
Yeah,
to be honest,
that's crazy.
When that fight happened,
I believe Usman left, right? He's not training in Florida anymore.
Is it? I didn't know. I thought he was still there.
I don't think so. I think he went to train somewhere else.
I saw Henry made a post saying, "This is what we've trained for." Something, and I would not be in the corner for either of them.
Right.
So I didn't know if that.
Oh,
meant
maybe.
he left
I don't know.
Like on the Ultimate Fighter, when we had to fight a teammate, you guys, we had to pick a teammate.
Yeah.
But when that happened, I was like, Burns, there's no way he's gonna call out the champ because his teammate. They've been training together since I've known either one of them.
Yeah, but how long have they been training together?
It's been since before they did the Ultimate Fighter.
They must have had a talk.
Who would you guys pick to win that fight? Well, it's going to happen, so who are you picking?
I'm going with Usman.
Yeah,
I was going to say Usman, too.
I think Usman, too, but Burns has been looking really good. He's getting better and better. But I just think Usman's just a little bit better at what he's good at, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Longer, rangier. He doesn't get tired. And I'm not saying Tyron didn't look the best when he beat him.
No.
Yeah.
You know? I think Tyron's looked flat.
The Colby fight, though. The Colby fight, they both look good, and Usman just wore him down, looked better. He just had more
mentality.
Dude,
exactly. He just looked better.
He goes, man. You got to give it to him.
Yeah. I would watch that fight again if they went at it again. I'd watch that all day. That was a great fight.
Mm-hmm.
Great fight. There was not much given either one, but Usman he had more heart, I feel like, you know.
And it came right down towards the end too. It ain't like it was early.
Right.
It was like they was back and forth, and a lot of people say Colby was winning that fight, and then.
Yeah.
You ain't winning until you got your hand raised.
I agree.
That's right.
Sure enough. Usman won that.
Was that the fourth or the fifth happening?
I thought it was the fifth.
I'm not sure. Lugal?
Lugal?
Is that the fourth or the fifth round that Usman took
out
Covington?
Colby. Covington. He left ATT.
Oh, I heard he got kicked out of the ATT.
Oh, he got kicked out?
Yeah, that's the rumor, right?
Because all the trash talking.
Fifth round.
Fifth round, yeah. So they were almost at the end, yeah.
Yeah, but all the trash talking on teammates and everything.
That's
the owner
crazy.
Had enough.
Joanna,
Jorge.
But I hear the owner like really is friendly, is real friends with Colby though. Like I heard he helped him with his persona a little bit too.
Uh-huh.
And is that really his persona?
No.
Or is that just to make money?
No,
I've heard he's a super nice guy outside the camera, but on camera he plays that douchebag role.
Right, that's tough, man. It's tough to be super nice guy and play that role. It's
almost like
you're not a super nice guy.
It's almost like he's in the WWE, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is.
And maybe, I guess that's his thing. And he did say it saved him from getting cut, right?
Yeah.
After he fought Meyer or someone. No.
When he said, you filthy animals in Brazil?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the presser, so
that's
I don't
when
know.
they decided to keep him.
There's guys that can do it, right? I mean, Connor's obviously one, Chael Sona's another one, but not have the same level of douchebaggery that Covington does. You know, they can do it and they say some shit. I mean, look at the shit that Chael talked about Tito's ex-wife, I guess, and stuff. I mean, they go to whole levels that people wouldn't go to, but Covington still comes across as like the worst.
He comes across as like the worst. Something about Matt Hughes.
You know why? Because it's not like believable.
You stay off the way to train.
Because it's not believable. He doesn't sell it well.
Well, I heard when he was on Brendan Schaub's thing, he had two women with him that were paid. He's like, hey, why don't you come over here and rub my shoulders? And she's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Schaub outed him on that.
Yeah. I think the thing with Connor and Chael is I think it's kind of like that's their personality. They're nice people, but at the same time, they witty and they talk shit to people all the time. I don't think Colby is a real trash talker. He's just trying to read a script.
If it's not,
for
if he
camera.
freestyles, he gets exposed.
Yeah.
You know, he has planned shit. He's
It
great
comes
at.
natural.
Somebody's
to
writing it
Connor,
for him. He's got a ghostwriter. He just
Definitely, or he
Right.
prepares.
figure a way to.
But if he
put it
has to
into different
freestyle,
questions.
man,
Right.
he's
It'd be
fucking
over.
like me
Cleanse
freestyle.
yeah.
You can freestyle?
Rapping
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, a couple drinks and be
Nah, when I
fucking
see-
spitting.
We get drunk, it's over with.
I swear I can rap in the shower, bro. In the shower when I'm by myself, I can rap. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's not.
But I'm not gonna get in the shower. You
Yeah,
know?
I was gonna
So-
say.
I don't want to get in there to hear.
I want to hear this shit. I want to hear it.
So, bro, one of the most it's impressive story about you. And, you know, I know you shared it on Rogan, but the way I learned about it, kind of, when I remember I think I told you this, Roger. I've come home from a wrestling tournament with my kids, both my kids, and we had I don't know, Jerry had one of his somethings at his house that he always has, and we're all there, and Corey's there and sees my kids. He's like, "Hey, how'd you guys do today?"
Yeah.
And Tino's like, "Oh, took second or third or whatever, 2-2." And Frankie's like, "Good." And he's like, "What'd you do? 0-1, 0-2, or 1-1?" Right, like that. That's how you said it.
That's not how it sound, but I got what you're saying.
Yeah. Right, and he's like, and I'm like, we didn't win a match today, Corey. And Corey's like, "Hey man, I didn't win a match from your age till I was about 10th grade." And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And like the fact that you fucking had the perseverance to stay in there and look at you now. I mean, that's hats off more than anybody. Like, and I gotta say, I've been around some of the hardest working athletes in the world for a long part of my life. College, now you definitely one of the hardest working guys I've been around.
I've heard that repeatedly from numerous
Yeah.
people. Ligori, you, several other people, that you are the hardest working guy in the gym. I've heard
I
that
appreciate that.
Yeah.
from a lot of people.
I mean, like I told him, it's true. Since third grade, I started wrestling in third grade because my brother started his freshman year in high school. And to be honest, I want to do everything my brother did. My brother was my role model growing up. So he wrestled his whole high school career. So from freshman or third grade to seventh grade, I wrestled. And then when he graduated and my grades was in good 8th grade year, my mom was like, "You're not wrestling." So I missed that 1 year. And in order for me to get my grades back, she said, "If you want to wrestle again, you got to get your grades up better." When I went back, it still was the fact I did it because my brother did it. He loves sports. Like, my brother should be the professional athlete. He had a contract to play pro football for a little bit. He was a free agent. His wife gave labor to his baby. He said, "After I see my child, I didn't want to play football anymore." He was a guy that walked around with a baseball in his glove all day, breaking his glove and throwing the ball in the air, bouncing the ball off the house. And I was a lazy one. I just did whatever he did. And unfortunately for me, having somebody like that always pushed me, even though I didn't want to do it, by the time I got to high school, and it was kind of more serious, varsity, JV, JV2. And my team was so big, we had like 100 people on our team. And I was like JV3 my freshman year. And I remember losing all those matches. My brother would come back for all of them. He was always there screaming and hollering like it was a state championship match for me. And it wasn't until my sophomore year, I still hadn't won a match, but going to sophomore conference, I broke my leg. And this when it hit me. I remember sitting there, I broke my ankle actually. I'm screaming and screaming, my ankle. My coach is like, Corey, same coach we had since we was kids. He grew up with us. He's like, "Anderson, you've always had excuses and you always never try. How am I supposed to believe you actually hurt?" And he actually like kicked me with his foot, like, "Get the fuck up where everybody running sprints." I'm like, "Coach, my leg is, I'm serious." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And everybody walking past me, like, "Yeah, all right, Corey, cry wolf again." And one of my friends grabbed me, helped me to the trainer's office. And even the trainer didn't even look at me. He said, "I'm sure you're fine. Put some ice on it. I'll see you tomorrow," and just left. My friend called my dad. We went to the doctor. My ankle was broke all the way through. I remember just sitting there thinking, it's like, am I really that bad that I actually was hurt and nobody actually believed me? Like, they just bring up old experiences. And I remember when I healed from that, and they was like, "You want to do rehab?" I was like, "Nah, I just got mental tough. So I got to get tough," because I was a crybaby. I was weak. My brother used to hit me, push me. I cry, I tell, whatever. I was telling myself, I got to get tough. I got to toughen myself up one way or another. And I remember I was at my shop, my dad's shop, and it's probably like 200 yards from the shop to the house. And I hated running, but I just got the cast off. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to see if I can run from here to the house, see if it hurt. And if it hurt, just keep going. And I remember I'm gimping, and I get to the house, and I was like, that wasn't that bad. But I made it. I looked back, and I was like, okay, if I can keep doing that and just push myself to these different injuries, and I can get tough. I just got to do stuff like that. And I went kind of crazy. I used to do dumb stuff like, I have a wound, I'll be in class like pushing on, just making it hurt or something until I don't feel it no more. You know, this is gonna sound weird, but I used to, just like my nipples now. You know, everybody always talk about my nipples and stuff. In high school when I was fat, it was big, and they used to give me titty twisters all the time. They hurt. I used to literally give myself titty twisters until it didn't hurt no more. And you can ask me why shit grab me now, like it doesn't bother me. So how does that not hurt? Like I used to do stuff like that just to toughen myself up. I used to do like crazy things, like memories and stuff that hurt. I would think about it all day long. Just like now, if I get knocked out in a fight, and everybody always say, I'll watch that knockout over and over. Like I see my mom and everybody, and I sit there and stare. Like, what's wrong with you? Like it doesn't affect me. It just motivates me to know that you can't hurt me again. That's why after I get knocked out, I'm never down, never out. Like I said, I've lost from third grade till I was a sophomore. So like I told Ricardo after I got knocked out by Jimmy Manuel, and they was all in the back, like, why y'all so sad? Like, bro, you just got knocked out in your first main event. Like, so? Wow. I spent half my life losing. We're going to lose. The thing is getting up and keep going.
That's an incredible attitude, man. Yeah. Incredible attitude.
Resiliency it goes far.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong
showing up. Like, there's a lot of people that, for me, I'll say, if I got knocked out, I don't know that I'd show up again, but showing up, I mean, that's what champions are made of, right?
Yeah. I mean, what's the, like, I forget the one, but like, I'm trying to think what I'm saying. Is like enthusiasm is going from, or something going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm is something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You didn't know you were on Jeopardy, did you?
I don't do the motivational quotes.
Yeah, what is?
Let's talk about. I'd like to buy a vowel.
Oh, I know he's the Wiz king. He used to pick me up for workouts.
Oh yeah.
And Quick Check, he used to always get a coffee, and they got the question of the day. He always knows.
He is actually. He is,
bro. I used to watch Jeopardy and study that stuff.
He really is. He really is. He's
I got a couple Jeopardies in the bank ready to watch tonight.
Johnny Walker. My favorite fight of yours ever, man. How good did that feel? Because he was such a hype train, man. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a great fighter, but what a hype train! And when you knocked him out, bro, I was screaming at the TV, bro, and you were screaming at him. Yeah. So I mean, that's going on your highlight reel for sure. That felt better for me more to like say F you to the UFC. I never had anything against Johnny Walker. Right. He was doing what he was doing the Kobe Covington, selling himself, marketable. Right. Look how much they promoted him that whole week. And then when Dana did the media, like, oh, they made it seem like Corey and everybody made it seem like I wanted him to lose. It was like, if you go back and watch the embedded and all that stuff, they showed me one time checking in, and the rest was all Johnny Walker. Yeah. Like they show us the way in. Well, he was a huge hype train. He really was. He's flashy. He's a flashy guy. So that's why I'm saying it had to feel amazing to knock that guy out.
It felt great. Like I said, and
he was showboating a little bit in the beginning. And
he was showboating at the face-offs, at the media, and all the stuff. And I apologized to him in the back and told him, I have nothing against you, bro. Everything I yelled and screamed and flipped out, that was to the people.
Can you tell us? What were you yelling at him? Because you were yelling at him.
This is my fucking house. Levels is take your time. Take your time, bro. Quit trying to take my shot. I've been here. I went over to Mick and told him it made no fucking sense.
And then he started riding his hip.
I saw it. I was going nuts, man, when you knocked him out.
Yeah, before that fight, because we didn't fight at all that year, because they offered me Dominic Reyes, and I said, okay, let's do it. And Dom was like, no. And they offered me somebody else. And I said,
really?
Okay.
See, I didn't know that.
And I said, okay, let's do it. And they kept saying no. And they kept trying to get me to fight Johnny Walker. This dude didn't even rank. I'm like in top 5 right now. Why am I fighting somebody that doesn't even do anything for me? And I remember Hunter Campbell, he called me up to the UFC meeting up top or whatever, and I never knew who Hunter was. They go, I'm Hunter, blah, blah, blah. So I know you don't want this fight, but think about it. This guy's got so much momentum. If you beat this guy, who knows what's next? Like, is a title fight next? He's like, I can't say. I was like, if I don't want to fight then. I'm on a 4-fight win streak. When am I going to fight somebody not even ranked in the top 10 for nothing?
All the risk is on you.
Exactly. He beat me. I bet you he get a title shot, right? Like, well, probably because that don't give me the same guarantee. Like, we can't do that.
See, this is the politics that the average fan doesn't know. This is these behind-the-scene phone calls. This is interesting stuff to me because most people don't know that. That makes perfect logical sense. For your career, why are you going to risk that?
Exactly.
But the fans want to see what the fans want to see. That's why a lot of these fights that make no sense at all happen because I think at the end of the day, it's all about dollars and cents, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna,
fans make fights because they're the ones that pay for it.
Right.
But it's like and it was that. And then I had a meeting with Mick Maynard. Mick called me like, Corey, I want to meet you. Are you going to be in Texas? I happen to be in Texas for a San Antonio fight. And we met in the back, and he was like, all these other fights, I'm telling you right now, the only fight that's really going to work for you, they're going to give you, is Johnny Walker. No matter how long you wait, they're going to keep giving you Johnny Walker. Like, why? Like, so tell me right now, I beat him, I get title fights. I can't say that. Like, but if he beat me, he get one, right? Like, I mean, he's hype. They got a lot of hype behind him. Like, that's the thing.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense to me, Mick. And I told him right there, the fight makes no fucking sense. And we walked off. And that's why after I won, I went to Mick and told him, it made no fucking sense. I told you, it doesn't make sense. He doesn't have the time I have, and if I beat him, what do I get? Right. And he came out and took me and said, you was right. He shook my hand, said, congratulations.
But maybe because of that, I mean, like you said, because of what the UFC wanted, because, I mean, maybe that was your motivation to really put a stamp on that one, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So
I remember at the fight dinner, the pre-fight dinner after weigh-ins, I remember doing toasts with the family and telling them, like, they kind of bagged us into a wall, and I got to go out there, and I'm going to fight my way.
To Johnny Walker's family.
No. My family. I had dinner with Johnny Walker's family.
I was like, hey, I'm coming for you motherfuckers left tomorrow.
But no, I told them, like, we didn't been here a while, and they didn't put us in a situation kind of like even after beating Glover, Alir. And that's the thing, after Alir, that's what really got me. When Ali called me, because me and Alir both are managed by Ali, he said, I don't want y'all to fight. But then they called him and said, the winner of this is number one contender, get the next title fight since John is on the card. Like, so winner of this gets title fight, right? And after they called him, like, well, you need one more. And that's when I was like, okay, so Johnny Walker, that's not going to do anything for me. Right. Tell me I'm getting a title fight next. Like, oh, we can't. I knew they was going to keep dicking me around until I lost.
Would you have got it if you won against, how do you pronounce
his last name? Jan Blachowicz. They said it, but who knows?
Jan don't even have it.
Exactly, because I told his coaches, like, go get that title. And they said, even when we shook hands, Lee was like, I'm not sure if we're getting it yet. And I look like, well, if they told me and they told you, they're going to try to make them fight again. I think at the end, now they want me and John to fight because we got that beef.
Yep.
They see the Twitter beef and social media. We actually don't like each other now.
Right.
You know, but I just got to get back in that win column before
and
I think about that.
What is the reason that you don't like John? For his out of the UFC antics? For his personal shit?
That 232 card, you know, it hit me wrong because my wife was traveling with me and she was
Explain. 232 was the card John was on, right?
Yeah.
And John had
he fell for steroids.
He fell for steroids again. But it was supposed to get the picogram. So they had so Vegas wouldn't clear him, so but California would, right?
Yeah.
So they had their card was in Vegas.
They literally switched it.
They
last
literally
minute,
switched it like within a week.
Literally,
days, weeks.
It switched as me and my wife was walking on the airplane. Like we was walking down the runway, and my phone going off nonstop. And I answer, like right before we sit down, and Ali was like, "Don't get on the plane. Like we're boarded right now. What are you talking about? Like get off right now." I was like, "Look, tell me what's going on. I'm not getting off." Like I tell you when you get here, just get here and I'll pick you up. And I remember getting there, and as soon as I land, I get a call from the PR or whatever, the PR, the UFC. Oh, we got to get everybody transported to California, blah, blah, blah. And I think I used one of my corner tickets for my wife or something like that. And it pissed me off because she's hurting. She's about ready to pop. We carrying all these bags because we're going on vacation after. And they was like, well, we can get you to California, but your wife got to find her own way.
No way.
And that's when my top blew. Like, you want me to leave my pregnant wife behind because this dude fucked up? Like, well, and that's then they kept saying at the end, like, well, it is Jon Jones. That's what they kept saying. And then throughout the week, we couldn't wait at the PI and this and this. So my last cut, I'm getting ready to go. I got the Uber here and everything. And they literally called me like, Corey, don't come. Like, what you mean? Well, John just showed up and said he want to work out, so you can't come in.
No.
Like, what? Well, he doesn't want anybody in the building. Like that big-ass facility. 2 floors, all the places. I can't go to the recovery room, sit in the sauna. I can't run on a treadmill while he's working. No, he doesn't want anybody else in the building. I said, how much? You guys told me 2 months ago, make your schedule ahead of time because everybody's going to be here. I did that. How does he get to show up? And the person said, it's Jon Jones. Sorry, and hangs up the phone. I remember Heather Linden, everybody called me. It was like, I just heard what's happening. It's BS. I'm sorry you got to go through that. And I know you got Jenny traveling, blah, blah, blah. And after that, I just never backed down. Every time they kept calling me, like, well, can you do this? No.
See, I never understood that. I never got it. I thought, I was like, is Corey just talking shit because he wants that fight so bad? But it's a personal thing.
Like, I never had a problem until then. And it was listen to him after, like, oh, I want to thank it. And I read my Bible every day. Mm-hmm. I go to church every Sunday. Even now with the quarantine, I've been Zoom church for my study. And he keeps saying, oh, Lord this and Jesus that and Jesus that. And it rubbed me the wrong way because I know if you're supposed to live for the Lord, you live for the Lord. The way that people should see the way you walk and be like, oh, what's different about him? And that's when you explain. I'm a believer in Christ. I'm a Christian. And they ask questions. You know, it's just kind of like you don't want your kid to be like, oh, I want to be a champ like Jon Jones. Yeah, you can be a champ, but you want your kid doing drunk driving, hitting runs, and doing the drugs. No, you want somebody as a role model.
Right.
And it's like after that, it kind of just literally just started not watching his every move, but study. If I'm walking in the airport and his face popped up on the TV, I literally would stop and just zone in. And to be honest, I think that was the error in my last fight. I had got so obsessed with Jon Jones, and then he was sitting cage side. I was so focused. I remember in the back, I was talking to Mark Wednesday. The game plan, we looked so good in the back, like it was perfect. And they went to wipe my face, and I remember the music was to keep me calm. And I turned, and when I opened my eyes, Jon Jones sitting right there. And like all of a sudden, my mind just flipped. And I forgot the whole game plan. And it just got back to that, fuck this I got to go in here and kill this dude so I can kill him next. And I mark you and said, you didn't listen to anything I said. And you know I listened to everything. Yeah. He said, I was calling everything and you didn't move for anything I said. And I told him, I didn't hear one word.
Emotions got the best of you.
If you get that title fight, could that work against you if it gets in your head?
That's the thing. I even made a post. I've been working on myself a lot during this quarantine. Right. 8 weeks, 9 weeks, just sitting at home reading and just studying and becoming one with myself. And I even went publicly and personally to Jon and apologized for the things I was saying. Everything. Like, I've literally changed this whole corner. And now, this is the first podcast interview I've done since my fight, before my fight.
Well, we appreciate
and because that's part
now.
of it, because I'm just trying to, I don't want to be in attention. I don't want eyes on me. I'm just going to go in the shadows, worry about Corey, do what Corey does, study my film, study my posts, worry about me and my family. And that way when I get into that fight, I have no emotions. When I do media fight week, they can't twist my words and try to amp anything up that I posted or said in the previous interview. I'm literally working on honing myself and worried about what Corey can control, me and mine, and just get better every day.
I would say you gotta be like an assassin, bro. No emotions involved.
Exactly.
This ain't personal. This is business, baby.
100%. When I go in there, whatever I do, it's all business. I'm not gonna have any animosity, beef for anybody, because I'm not going back and forth with the Twitter beef. I see people tweeting me now. I just let it sit. I don't respond to anything because
you listen to Joe finally.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually literally. Before I thought I was just posting and running, but I was posting and then glimpsing. Post and go back and glimpse, and then I post something, and by the time I hit send, it's too late. The ball is rolling, snowball effect.
Correct. Yeah,
now I literally see the stuff.
I learned that the hard way myself. So
yeah. This is why I don't even check DMs and stuff, man. 'Cause I don't. This is why I don't. Because one time I check a DM and I see a post, such a nice post. Hey man, I'm such a fan. Blah blah. Can you help me with? I don't even know what it was. Something like, but dude, I love you. Blah blah blah. And I guess like I said, I don't check my DMs, so I must have waited a couple days. Literally a couple days. Fuck you, you're such an asshole. Go fuck yourself. I'm like, yeah, okay, you're such a nice guy, bro. 3 fucking days and you make that flip on me? Come on.
It went on red. You left them on red. You don't leave fans on red. That's why I just don't open them.
No, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even see that guy. He got the Met. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the world we live in, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, we all get those.
But there are some fighters who can talk their way into amazing fights probably beyond the ranking of where they should be. But I feel like your talent should always speak for yourself. If you're that good, you're going to get that fight eventually. So
we and probably maybe boxing too. We're the only sport where you have to do that. You have to talk yourself into shit. Yeah. In football, it's just the best fucking football team or the best baseball team or the best.
Well, I don't know that you have to, but you definitely get there quicker.
Nah, you don't have to, but if you want to continue to be that guy,
it's like the cliche, the nice guy finished last.
And listen, you don't have to maybe to get there, but you have to capitalize on it.
You're selling a brand.
You have to make money.
You're kind of selling a brand. You know what I mean? The UFC realizes that you're selling more than the fight.
What do you mean?
You're selling a persona. You're selling
whose persona?
You have to be marketable, right?
Somebody
they want a marketable character. It's almost like a WWE character.
But like the UFC, I mean, they definitely need their stars, but they're like a self-running machine right now at this point.
But think about this: how many out of all your main event fights, how many of those media tours have you ever done for a title fight?
Oh, like a media tour,
like they did with McGregor and Aldo. McGregor, it's like. If you got what he's saying, you got that
pizzazz.
Push, that pizzazz that they're trying to pay for. Yeah. They're gonna milk the cow.
No, because they know, but they know they're getting it in return. That's why.
Exactly.
Views.
But that's why they want that. They looking for the next the next person they can put their money behind.
That's what I'm saying. That's why if you want to be that guy in MMA, in baseball, bro, Derek Jeter was the most classiest fucking dude in the world, right? You ever see his documentary? No. It's fucking amazing. 300 or 3,000. It was on.
Did you get a gift bag when you left?
But I think it was on HBO way back. But I mean, dude, you look the guy. I'm like, man, like that's how I'd want to. That's how I'd like to portray myself as an athlete. He, like you're saying, the opposite of Jon Jones. Like no DUIs, no bad history. LeBron. I mean, that dude kind of. exceeded his expectations. Right?
Jordan
exceeded his expectations, but they still check out the fucking gambling shit on him. Yeah. Although I think that's stupid. But like you got it's like in our sport, you just can't be. You almost want to be the bad boy. Yeah. The bad boy gets you more money.
It's kind of like when they say after a fight, who you want to fight next, and guys say whoever they give it, they're like, and they always say you should never do that. Call out your shot. Like you got to make noise, but you got to think with Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan, LeBron, that's a team sport. So you can't deny the fact that the whole team is doing great.
But you take Jordan, for example. The opposite of Jordan was Rodman, who was maybe didn't make as much money, but was equally successful and completely the opposite in his character. He was like the bad boy of basketball. You know what I mean?
But how was the opposite you saying?
Well, Jordan had a very squeaky clean image.
Squeaky clean,
squeaky clean image. Didn't talk shit. But Rodman, Rodman's kicking cameramen. And
but Rodman, like as far as holding him accountable, he was like you had to worry what he did outside, but on the court, I knew that dude was on money. He was on point.
Nobody questions that. Yeah, but I'm saying persona, marketability. That's part of the game. So.
But he was almost kind of marketable a little bit in his own way.
In the opposite way of Jordan is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Think about how he came in like the innocent church boy and it turned. Now look at him.
Exactly.
Like, married himself.
And I only learned that from the Jordan documentary. Did you know that?
No,
I didn't know that.
He came in squeaky clean.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
You see his kids and shit too.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, when they had found out the Vegas thing, that was the first time they heard that story.
Oh, yeah, when he went for 40 days, like, you got 48 hours.
Pass. Yeah,
and Jordan told him, like, we're not getting him back.
Hell yeah.
I still can't believe Jordan himself went to go get him. That's so mind-blowing to me.
But to me, it's not at all.
Really?
That's a leader. He wanted his team, but he knew in order to get better, I need my number one guy.
I suppose, but that shows why Jordan is Jordan, you know?
He's like, I need that piece to win a chip. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I was so impressed by Jordan.
And he was mad at Pippen for getting that surgery. During the season rather than doing it off season, So it just and I sort of get Pippen's reason. Listen, it almost always comes down to money at the end of the day. Everybody wants to get paid. Everybody, it comes down to taking care of your family and stuff. Part of the reason I want you to be a bigger shit talker than you are, and I get it. I get why you're not, because it'd be weird now to be Frankie Edgar, but I feel like maybe you could have got that Connor fight. I feel like maybe
I've been talking so much shit to you lately.
True.
Working on it.
He wants to fight me.
Fuck yeah.
Crazy, man.
Well, it's been tumultuous times. What's the word?
Tumultuous?
Tumultuous times, hasn't it?
Yes.
That we're living in now? Oh, God. I want Corey's take.
And I do want Corey's take. I seen you went and spoke in Jackson.
Yes.
At that rally.
Yep.
And what's your take, man?
Like I said, it's crazy times, but like I said, I grew up. I'm the only black kid in an all-white neighborhood, So growing up, to me, seeing this, like I even tell the Jenny all the time, and I use the word normal. She's like, stop saying that. Say it's common. But to me, it's normal. It was to the point, like, it was so bad where I grew up. My parents was probably one of the wealthiest families in that area. My dad got a multi-million successful business, a roofing business. He started from scratch, and it's just been going nonstop. And it's been so many white people in the neighborhood. Our neighbor used to sit on the fence, like we get up at 6 in the morning, go load a truck. And you see like a little red light or whatever. And he's up on the fence, like recording this, trying to say we making too much noise to go to the town to get it shut down. His son was best friends, but they didn't want to see us like that. See us successful, running a successful business. They was jealous. It was times one of the busiest highways in our area run right behind our house. So when we be ripping around on the highway, me and my brother would get tired of riding the truck, like, all right, let's out. We're going to walk to the house. And we used to get stopped by the cops. And they're like, oh, are you going to break in somebody's house? Like, no. And I remember I was like 17. It was my senior year in high school. And they stopped me. I'm by myself. I'm like, no, I'm not going to break. I'm going into my house. Like, are you trying to tell me you own that? Like, yes, my parents own that. You don't believe me? Why? I'm going to take this key and I'm going to go put it in that door. And I went to walk off. I could have got shot. Now think about it. This is before they started killing people for walking off. Like, don't go nowhere. I'm going to my house. And I walked off and I got to the house. And we got plenty of land. So I'm screaming from the house like, you see this? I'm taking the key. I'm putting the door. Oh, my, it opened. It's my house. And he just looked and he had the other officer looking at me like, how the hell this black dude got a house like that? Because my dad built this nice custom dream house he wanted with a huge warehouse and 4 different lots that he owned with houses and stuff rented. And to them to see a black person in an all-white neighborhood, you don't see us driving. My mom got an Escalade, or every year she get a new truck. My dad get a new truck. He got motorcycles, boats, and stuff that he works for. When they see that, it was always something. I remember getting pulled over. Like I was 18 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old, I would get pulled over for the littlest things. They always put me in handcuffs to check the whole car. Like, they're going to find something. Like, you're not going to find anything. I never had a record. I never been in trouble, but they always got me. In high school, there was 2 Corey Andersons, a white kid and a black kid. And the white kid was actually a troubled kid. He was bad, always in trouble, always arrested. And every time something happened, they would pull me out of class and put me down there. And the vice principal, he was the principal for my sister years ago and my brother, so he know my family. And every time he walk in, like, guys, wrong Corey again. Like, he knew when I walked in, Corey never did anything wrong. Corey was a good kid. So it's like now when I see this stuff and all the racism, a lot of black people is facing now because they grew up in all black neighborhoods. When they see that first white-black interaction and they see that racism, it's a culture shock to them. And they want to fight and they want to riot. As for me, it's kind of like, it doesn't even faze me. It like literally rolls off my back, like, oh, it hurts, but saying I have no emotion to it because I've been dealing with it since I was 6, 7 years old. In 2nd grade, I made a post. 2nd grade, I had my first racial interaction.
I read that.
I moved back. I moved with my dad. My parents were separated as a kid. I moved with my dad 1 year before they got back together and went to first time in an all-white neighborhood. I went up in the hood. All black kids. We used to fight, street fight and everything. It was cool. I went to all white and it was all white kids. And I remember wearing my uniform. It's picture day because the only nice clothes I had. The uniform, and I went to a Christian school. We had to wear it. And I can't remember how, but I got something on my shirt. And I remember, I wish I could remember what that music teacher, or art teacher, whatever she was, said to me. But it said something about you monkey, or something like playing in dirt because I had something on my shirt. And I remember just realizing what she said, and I broke down. And that was my first time ever. I've been in an all-black neighborhood. Yeah. You know, my parents separated. I was only up here with my dad for a couple of days and go back. We never had time to deal with the people in town. You know, when that happened, it was like, like this is what it's going to be like in here. And I ended up staying there the rest of my life. So when you deal with that every day, I used to fight every day and fighting was normal from where I was from. So my brother was there. He used to like make bets with other kids. Like, my brother, whoop your brother's ass. It was normal.
As 4 fathers sitting in a room together, how do we make the world better for our children?
But let me go. Now I know you said was it across the board? Was it across the board? Not everybody was giving you flack though, right?
No, not everybody, but the majority.
Yeah.
Like I did the first day of school, I met my best friend who we was close all the way until like my sophomore year in college. Just fell off, and he was getting chased by a bunch of kids, and he asked me, "Hey, can you help me fight these kids?" And like I said, I love fighting, and started fighting. We became best friends. One white kid, and he ended up being one of those dudes you grew up wanting to be black. You can tell he had like the ball fade, the earrings, pants sagging. And his brother was the same way. His brother was in the same grade as my brother. And we ended up being like this, both sets, until we got older and just kind of went ways. You had some. Like I said, I had a lot of white girlfriends and little white girls that liked me at a young age, but their parents didn't know that. And as you got older, y'all started finding out. Would show up to their house like a friend. You can see a little animosity, but once they found out that we was dating, oh Lord, man, oh boy, I remember how many back doors I had to run out of.
Do you think it's because like Indiana is a little more slow like than here? Do you feel the same in Jersey?
It's kind of hard. Now as an adult, I kind of like take it a little different. So I don't know if I feel the same. At the hunt aspect, yes, 100%. Because when I go to knock door to door to ask permission to go hunt or go walk their property and look for something, that's scary for me. Yeah. You know? And I got hunted, but like, I just went over to that farm and knocked, and the guy like, oh yeah, right away, blah blah blah. But, go knock on this. And I'm not
saying that couldn't have legitimacy, but people are weird when it comes to hunting. Even as a white guy that hunts, people to knock on a door and ask for permission to hunt on land, which I've done in Maine. I've never done it in Jersey. People are real finicky about, hunting and killing animals. There's people that feel a certain way about animals, and hunters feel differently. You know what I mean? So 100%. I mean, some of that. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have a valid point, and it couldn't be for the reason you think, but also people can be real funny just about hunting in general. You know what I mean? People that are anti-hunting are of a different mindset than I am, and obviously that you are, and they can be real weird about it. You know what I mean? So
there's definitely that. Just like people, if they hunt their own property, they're gonna not want you there. But it's a little different when you come to somebody's house that just don't like black people. Right. You can tell when you knock and they open the door, they cheer and they open and see it's a black. It's kind of, can I help you? It's like, shit. I did it like a couple of times. It's like, nah, I just don't knock door to door. I don't ask. Yeah. I just won't go to private land unless I know a person, or I say to somebody, I'm looking for land, or I hunt. This is, I got a bunch of land you can come check out. And just so happen they got decent land. I hunt. But if I find land, it's because it ended up finding me through somebody. Like, oh, I heard you hunt. I got some property if you want it, but I don't ask anybody because going door to door for me, like yesterday, I was out at the Reyes. I was only at the prep, but I was on the phone with my dad, FaceTime, and we're in the wood. You can tell, like, he was the panic in his voice, like, well, you out there by yourself? And literally the neighbors were shooting guns. And they shooting. Like, no, I'm at private land, possibly cool. Like, you sure? Like, I'm good, Dad. Like, I'm way down the cove. Even if they were shooting this way, they couldn't hit me. It's too many hills above me. And, like, the whole time, like, just get out of there. Because growing up, that's just, you know, we used to rabbit hunt public train tracks. And how many times we get back to our truck and the cops was there? I'm like, oh, we heard somebody, you fit the description, or you got out of the truck. Like, no, we never left the train tracks. Like, you can't be here. You're going to ticket if we see you again. So, you know, as a father, especially when he's a huge hunter, and now I'm on my own, he fears
That's my question. As a father, which you are now, clearly your father is concerned for you and, you know, has his reasons to be. And we're all fathers in this room. Does it get better? Does it get worse? How do we make the world? I think everybody in this room, even though we may have different viewpoints and may have different belief systems, I think we're all humanitarians, and I think we want the best for the world. We may see different routes in getting there. Corey Anderson, how do we get to a better place?
To be honest, I couldn't even tell you.
Same.
I mean, like I said, the way I think of it, just stay in my lane, keep my head down. Like it's crazy. Like I told my wife that they walking back in my own house is land behind the houses. You go so far and it's public, but the rest is private to get there. And I know the neighbors, and I met him once, and he's cool with me being out there. But to this day, when I walk and I see any of his people, I can't make eye contact. I'm scared somebody going to have some kind of look or something to say. So I just look down. I don't even make eye contact. Act like you don't see him. Just walk home. Even though I know if Tom, my neighbor, if he there, he's cool. But he's got so many people that's always there. I don't know if they cool with black people. I don't want any commotion. Anybody shooting a gun and just they shoot their bow. So many accidents you hear of in the hunting world. I just don't even look. Just keep looking like you don't see them. Start calling for your dog or do whatever just to turn my back and never have to face that way.
That sucks, though. That sucks that you got to live like that.
Yeah, I don't want
anybody. It sucks that you have that outlook,
like
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, shit, man. I don't think like that. You know what I mean? And that's where you're coming from.
That's the difference.
Well, it clearly sounds like it comes from experience, like things that you experienced. Right. So how do we get to the world to a better place where your child does not have to experience that? I don't have the answer for that. I think the left and the right somehow got to come together, and there has to be some solidarity. Otherwise, it's just always the left and the right, and you're constantly fighting. You know what I mean? And that's getting us nowhere.
I just think the thing you could do is like what I do every day is I'm just nice to everybody. I try to be nice to everybody, and I try to teach my kids not to be hateful.
Correct.
And
I think it starts.
You know,
at
I
home,
think. I mean, you mean obviously 50 fucking years ago, it would have been a lot worse for you, right? 100%. So it's is it getting better? It's getting better. Is it a quick enough rate? No. Can it still get better? Yes, it has to. But I mean, it's gonna get better. That's like we gotta think positive that it's gonna get better. Now, right?
But if you watch the news today, it would not be indicative that it's getting better in a lot of aspects.
Well,
you would almost think it's getting worse. You know.
But at the same time, you got like you said, it's getting better, and I think more people weren't as open about it. But then when Trump came in and the KKK rally in West Virginia, whatever, and he said, they were just peaceful people doing what they have the right to do or whatever, and all of a sudden everybody started coming out the woodworks being racist again. It came open because they're citizens, it's an American right to express your freedom. But then when a colored person do it, it's like, they broke a law, they're rioting, or now they looting and stuff. It got bad now. It's kind of like even when Kaepernick was kneeling, like a lot of people don't understand what it was. But now it's like even now when the stuff going, they still don't understand what he was kneeling for. Like y'all don't. He didn't disrespect the flag. He wasn't doing it against the flag. He was doing it to get the attention to what his cause.
But there was no explanation in it, and which is why people, I think, still misunderstand it. You know what I mean? There was never explained.
I think he did explain it now, right?
Yeah. Well, sure.
It's not about the flag. It's about the police brutality. I just see people talk about, like Tim Kennedy will talk about the flag, how, because for him, what the flag represents is.
Well, he was a military.
It was,
man.
when he's military. Right. So I get that. But I can see what these, that's his. I mean, he brought the attention that he needed, right? That was his job. That was what he was trying to do.
It's like somebody posted, I started to do a comment back for the first time on Facebook. Somebody posted on something of mine was talking about Kaepernick. Like, I still can't believe he kneeled in the soil. This and this. And I was like, well, was saying because he made millions of dollars, he shouldn't have been doing it. I was like, well, if average Joe did it, nobody would have never said anything about it because he don't have intention. That was the whole point. He had to do something super drastic to get attention on him to let you guys know. And even now, when everybody knows it, people were still saying they would never support. They can't believe it. He kneeled on the flag. And the perfect person I talked to, I did a post a while ago when he did that, where I had the American flag shirt that the Hero Sports guys gave us, and my neighbor had an American flag, and I had my hat off over my heart, and I was kneeling. And that blew up. I remember Mark calling like, bro, take that down, please. I don't want to see this for you. But before I posted that, Mike Baker, the Hero Sports guy, he's got a black wife. And he's got an interracial kid. So I called him first before I did that and said, well, what do you feel about what's going on? He said, I'm for it. Like, because I have a black kid and wife, and I see it, and I know exactly what he's standing for. Even as a veteran who represents that flag, I also fought for your right to do what you wanted to do. So for him to do that, he's doing his rights. And after he said that, and I talked to a couple cop guys, I was light-skinned, mixed, or black wives or white wives, and asked, and once everybody gave me okay, like, I 100% understand. I had to talk to interracial people to understand. When I talked to my white friends, they, no, hell no.
I like that's what Tim Kennedy said. He says, listen, he's like, I'm not going to kneel for the flag because I don't believe in it. He's like, but I fought for your right to do so. Exactly. So he has no problem with people doing it because that's why he fought for it. You know what I mean? So I could see both sides. You know what I mean? I could see someone that represents the flag because they think it's people dying, but then I can see why an athlete would want to bring light to that situation. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to come down to, again, I think it comes down to dollars and cents too. You know what I mean? There's a monetary figure in there. If everybody stopped going to football games because of that, I'm sure that, I'm sure the powers would be in the NFL would step in and say, hey, look, this is hurting. It's a dollar and cents thing too at some point.
What, as far as them helping out this movement? As
far as if every person boycotted the NFL, I'm sure the dollars and cents would speak at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but think about this aspect. How many of the athletes in the NFL are black? So if they start saying, oh, you don't do it, and they just start saying, we won't play.
Right.
They don't want the dollars and cents, Then
well, that's what they're saying. That's why you're seeing the NFL and the NBA, all these leagues start bringing notice to this.
Yeah, everybody trying to backpedal from what they said then, and now they support it. Like, oh, we support it. We're with the – no, but when Kaepernick did, everybody – you got the man booed out of the NFL. Now he can't get picked up. Now all of a sudden you got to stand for the same thing he was fighting for. I'm good friends with Trent Cole now, linebacker from Philadelphia Eagles back in 2011. We hunt and stuff together and we talk about it. And even he says kind of like, now it's kind of like, well, it's a little late because before when Kaepernick did it, you guys were against it. And now with the league being majority black, you got to be careful what you say now because if you go against it, now the black athlete's going to be mad. But if you go with it, then all the white fans going to be mad.
Well, how do you feel like you see the NBA, you see what Kyrie Irving and stuff has been saying? He's like, he thinks they shouldn't play until something gets resolved.
Yeah, he just signed off that he wasn't going to play.
He said he was? Oh, I don't know. I seen something, a headline where he's like, we're not going to play. And then I heard seeing Austin Rivers said, listen, I totally get why you don't want to play, and you're right, something needs to. He's like, but I think we could actually bring more attention by playing. I don't know if he's right or wrong, but and then so I seen someone else, but like, yo, if LeBron says we're playing, we're fucking playing. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, what would your take? Would you want to sit out for something like this? Do you think that it would do anything?
I mean, if they try to tell me I couldn't kneel, they try to take away my right, I would sit out for that. Like, they try to take away the right I had and say, if you don't do that, you can't play. Like, I'm fine. I'm not playing. But
I mean, Kaepernick wasn't the only one to kneel. There's plenty of guys that kneel.
He started it, and then everybody started to follow him.
Right, and then he cut to everybody.
No, but then once all the white players and stuff started doing it, everybody was doing it.
Isn't the counter to Kaepernick that his contract ran out and his numbers weren't that great? So isn't that the counter argument?
But he's definitely better than a lot of dudes that came up. I mean, he may not be. He's no all-star quarterback, no matter what. But I think he probably should have been picked up as a backup at least. Yeah.
But the fact that he caused so much turmoil, people are like, we don't want that negative attention. And now look at the negative attention you got because you guys pushed him out of the league for doing it. And now everybody like, well, he tried to tell y'all a long time ago. Like I said, it can go either way. What if it didn't happen? What if it is?
Right. Well, none of us want this for our children. So at some point, It has to end, or I don't know what the alternative is.
The
I don't know.
slaves didn't want it for their children either.
Yeah, well.
That was before it, way before. It's just the way I see it. People keep saying it's gonna get better. It's gonna go away. It might get better, but it never go away. It'll be band-aided, and until that moment that something happened and that one person lash out and show his racism or her racism. And
so every time it's just gonna.
So yeah,
it's always gonna be that wound.
Yeah,
exactly.
It never, in your opinion, it never goes away. Then racism.
Well, we were talking about. Remember, we were talking about. I said at the gym the other day, I'm like, eventually, we've spoke about this before. Like, eventually, it's everyone's just gonna be mixed, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, but racism ain't gonna stop. Then it's gonna be like, yo, you short motherfuckers, you stay over there.
Yeah, right.
All right, we're fucking tall dudes over here. They'll figure a way to be racist, right?
So find a way to keep us separate. We'll never be human race. We'll never be
and
one.
don't they say that? Don't they say that the government, I don't know who the they is, but like they want us fighting with each other. They want the right fighting the left. They want the black fighting the white.
That's the globalist theory, right? It's the
that's
globalist
what they say.
I feel like if they all get along, then that take away the Democrats and Republicans.
Well, that's what we're. Right. I think that's what everybody in this room is trying to get to, and none of us really have the answer how to get there. So I think we all come back to ourselves and trying to be good people and trying to raise our children not to be of that mindset, which I certainly do with mine. I'm sure you do with yours. I know Lou does with him. I think that if everybody did that in their own household, I'm not saying it'd be a perfect world and we'd all be singing fucking Kumbaya. I'm not saying that, but things certainly would be a lot better. I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it all starts at home.
Right.
At everything.
Yeah.
Nobody is born racist. Was that the gym when I was telling you guys about the black baby? I know I was saying it to Eddie after. But you ever seen the skit with the black baby and the white baby? You take a baby and it's a doll. A white doll and a black doll.
Yeah. They don't know it.
And you ask the white kids and they tell, like, which doll did you play with? And they say, I can't play with that one. The black one. Because that one's bad.
I thought you were going to say the opposite because I just saw something on Instagram where they showed two kids too young to know what race is. And they were showing them pictures like, who is this kid? And they would just say, a boy, a girl.
These were like age of these kids knew, and their parents had told them, like, stay away from the blacks.
Yeah, well, that's the age of influence. When you get to the age of influence.
If the parents, that's the thing. It all starts, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It all, the kids, kids
but I don't think you can blanket every, white household is, but you can't.
Not every.
No,
you know what I mean?
But the ones there is the people that you see that are.
But I'm saying you said there was a study done. That wouldn't happen with my kids. I know, and I don't believe it would happen with your kids or your kids.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, what you could do is the most thing you could do is what you can control, right? And you can control your own family and how you raise your kids,
right?
And what kind of. How you bring them up, I don't talk about race. It's just not in our. It's not.
It's hard not to in a world that does nothing but talk about it. So it's hard not to. I know. But I don't. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even my wife, you guys know I got a white wife.
Yeah.
So she even told me like, her family. I met her family. It's never been no racist problem. Her mom got a white boy or a black boyfriend. Her sister, everybody had a black or another race boyfriend or girlfriend. But she even said she found herself.
You guys are like the next Kardashians.
Whatever. But she said when she used to walk down the street, she found herself clenching her purse when she see a black person. She go in the elevator and she kind of look away from a black guy. Jenny, my wife. Yeah. She said she with me. Yeah, she can admit that. She said, and we all have a little bit in us. And it wasn't nothing that was taught. It's just you hear what you hear on the TV.
It's conditioned.
You see they always talking about black on black violence. This black guy robbed this. A black guy this. It's kind of like you get in your mind that when you get around a black person, there might be another one of them. Hey, I need to be on my P's and Q's. I need to be protected.
But I think I just got to go off. I mean, you can do that if you're a naive person, right? And to get influenced by people you don't know and stuff like that. But I just base it on my life experiences, and I don't have none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With who you associate
with. With people I've grown up with my whole life. I mean, I've been around all different races my whole life, Yeah. I mean, Jersey's a pretty diverse place, But, I don't know. I just don't try to think of it like that. But you got to be conscious, too. I think you got to talk about it with your kids. Because you can't just act like they're fucking, it's not real. Because it is real.
Yeah.
Especially you.
See,
right?
if you talk about it with your kids, are you giving them a lead in to have a point of view on it? You know what I mean? I mean, because what if you don't talk about it with your kids and you never do? Are they and if you could somehow keep them away from?
Well, I think if it's not
TV, which is impossible.
They say your actions are so much more than your words, right?
Yeah.
So if they see your actions your whole life and your actions are usually good and good-hearted, hopefully that does it, right?
Right. It's possible they can be influenced by the media or friends, that is possible. But I think
that's definitely gonna happen because I mean, there's kids that end up like fucking you know, I don't know. I'm sure there's people that have their Christian kids and their kids end up, or Christian parents and their kids end up fucking devil worshippers.
Demon Satan worshiper. Yeah.
So I'm sure it happens.
I mean, kind of like I said, the neighbor that used to film my dad. I mean, his son. If I go home, we run into the show. He's still like this. Like he never picked up that gene from his mom. But I think that's because as a kid, like I said, we was on the bus together my first day of school, and we shared that until we grew up. He's seen me from he was in first grade or kindergarten until now.
Right, so he's using his life experience.
Maybe his parents, maybe his parents never got to be around Black until he was older.
You believe, and I'm listen, I'm not questioning it, but you believe they're filming you not because you're waking them up in the morning, but because they're raised as individuals.
Yeah, we didn't make noise. We can't turn the loud machines on. We were like loading trucks and trailers. Right. And like I said, our house is, if you go, we got like a big hill and it dropped, and the warehouse is down in the hill. So the sound don't travel up like that. So it ain't like it was booming in his door. Right. We drop a ladder or something, you could barely hear it in the shop door. So how the hell he hear it in his
have
house?
A conversation with your friend about how was?
No, my friend, well, by this time, he was into cars and stuff. He was barely home, but we knew our parents never got along. We meet up in between at the fence line. He used to talk, or he'd come over into the shop and we work on a car or a motorcycle, whatever it was. But we never actually addressed the fact. Even
but that almost shows you that it should get better as it goes, right? Because their parents were a little iffy. He's not at all. So hopefully his kids will even be less. You know what I mean? Like that should be the way it goes. Hopefully.
Speaking of motorcycles, you still got your bike?
I actually got it started up today.
Nice.
I got it fired up.
I started mine.
We gotta get the three of us on the road. This guy's scared to ride now. So.
No, I took it out.
Today?
I took it out a while ago, but I got my quad running too.
Nice.
I was thinking of this though.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting rid of the motorcycle and getting like a
UTV?
Enduro.
Oh, Enduro, yeah.
Because then, like, I feel like the breakout's not very fun to drive, man. It's like fucking right. Isn't it kind of like big and bulky?
I told them when they try to get the motorcycles, they tell the pick. I said I don't want none of these. Like this is our budget. Like I don't want one. Tell Dana I want a street glide. If he okay, I'll pay the extra.
Same. I want a road glide, but
I want to got a street glide special. I pay the extra $5.
Right, but the breakouts aren't really known for driving nice.
The bikes is a sick bike in a straight line. The breakout is like you get to a traffic light, you want to just launch that thing. That's a great bike, but.
Okay.
But to
but Enduro's much more.
Enduro's not comfortable, bro. But it's a fun bike. It's sporty little bike. Yeah, you can. You know what I mean.
But I dip
you're
off
gonna
in the
put
woods.
street tires on it, right? Or are you gonna keep like the knobbies?
No, I'll probably keep the knobbies.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna try to take it with the kids.
Yeah, there
too,
you go.
You know?
There you go. Yeah.
Go get you a Grom like Frankie Perez.
He's got a Grom.
Can that go on the?
Lou Grom's got a Grom.
That goes on dirt too?
No.
Just a little sporty mini crotch rocket.
They got no power at all, man. We took it last year to Lake George. We go to Lake George every year for it's actually car show weekend, but we always go up on bikes. My cousin, who doesn't even have a motorcycle license, rode the Grom, and what was his top speed? Like 58 miles an hour. So we were constantly waiting for him, but we needed an extra bike.
58 is the
with your weight. What's the top speed with your weight on the bike?
Kyle weighs probably the same as I.
Kyle's a big boy. Kyle's a musclehead. So
I could pass y'all on my e-bike.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, I know. We'll take the Harley out then. We'll take the Harleys out.
You just got a boost or the Ducati?
I actually got nothing right now. I sold the KTM, but I had a big backyard project that I did cost me a lot of money. I went way over budget on it. So I put my sale money into that, but it's done now. I finally got that project done, or 98% done. So now my next purchase is going to be a road glide.
Okay.
Yeah. It's time to make the switch. I can't drive something with 180 horsepower normal. I grew up in the stunt game and always wheeling and stuff, and I got 2 kids now. So I don't. If the temptation is there, I'm probably going to do it. Yeah, Mark, it's time to get you and me in the dirt together. Yeah. So
do you? I know you ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
But do you stunt at all?
I used to do freestyle motocross. We had a track. The motocross track was in my yard, and the freestyle track was like 2 houses down. So yeah, we used to do all that.
So you're pretty good on that shit?
I haven't done it since high school, so I ain't gonna say I'm
you
pretty
keep
good
saying
still.
you was a lazy kid. How were you a lazy kid, man?
But sports. I didn't do sports. I did like
you got to be in shape to do
I did
freestyle motocross.
Skating,
you skateboarded?
I did everything.
You don't see no.
You were good at skateboarding.
You don't see no fat kids.
Hell no.
I did it. I wasn't good at it. Even like when I in high school, I had to get my 250 and get it bored out so I can get more power because I was so heavy. You can see my shit bottom out. They show us on video. And I'm like riding the back tire, going up the jump. So awesome, we had to put some more torque in it to get me over, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And what do you ride on street? I forget. Hayabusa?
Yeah, got
Hayabusa,
the booster stretched out.
Yeah.
And that's what 1300 is a booster.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Oh, you got the extra
Yeah, well, when I was in college, it's gonna be a track bike. My brother had a ZX14, and I had the 13. We stretched them out, put all the stuff.
Are you gonna quarter mile?
The kill switches. And my dad was a professional drag racer before he got into the riffing business.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so we grew up on 2 wheels before we learned how to ride a car.
Yeah.
So when I was 16, I bought a motorcycle before I had a vehicle, and I was just riding that mug illegal forever. But yeah, so when we had the boost in the 14, and I had a 750, I was gonna make the booster the track bike.
I never got into really the track much. Is that eighth of a mile or quarter mile you run on?
Depends on the
depends,
location.
Right?
Yeah. Where I was at was a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to just take the bikes. And we live out in the country, so a lot of country roads. You can
Yeah.
race out there. We go from Rockton to Byron. It's a 30-minute straightaway. And just tap. The tack on just. And you're just looking at each other. My mask rip off. The plastics. We had to stop so many times to grab parts. It's like, yo, I lost my mask. We got to go back. But like we tapped out the whole way there. Just.
Nothing like it, man. Nothing like it.
You got the booster in Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
What do you take out mostly? The
I mean, last year I didn't get to ride at all with the baby.
Yeah,
It was like, I'm taking the bike. And my wife's like, no, you got to pick the baby. I was like, God.
Yeah,
But this year it's a little different.
responsibilities,
Babysitters.
my man.
Yeah.
Responsibilities.
But yeah, I fired the booster up today. Like I got the booster running. She looked at me for what? To ride that bitch.
Yeah.
That's why.
Take it to the gym. Take
Yeah.
it to the gym.
I will. Now I don't
It's a
have to
sick
pick the
looking
baby
bike.
up.
I've seen pictures of it.
I just get nervous around here, man. It's too fucking crazy.
I don't
around
take
here.
it on the highway. I did the Harley
Dude,
a couple times with
just going to
Ricardo's. but that's
Bricktown
it.
is fucking nerve wracking. 70 Hooper,
Yeah,
fucking people, right?
Plus, we're in the
You
old
know?
people capital of the world, so
Yeah.
I'm always.
I think
I'm
30%
not
of
a
our
worry
population
war.
is
I'm not a
over
guy like that. I'm
65.
very confident in my ability, but you always, you got to think a little bit about the other guys. And there's so many blind 90-year-olds driving around here. It is a little. You got to think about it, but.
I mean, I think that's 90% of my ride. I know what I'm capable of,
Right.
and I'm always.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is when I'm riding, if it's somebody in front of me left, looking in their mirror, making sure they can see me.
Yep.
And like my first, the second day I got to Harley, actually the first day I was taking it home from Harley to Jerry's, I almost got ran off the road twice.
Oh, you bought it right here in Lakewood?
Yeah, well, that's where UFC
it up.
delivered it.
Oh, that's right.
And
yeah,
I was out here, and I was going to town to blast it, so I'm going down the Parkway, and I'm going to merge on, and the city bus is coming on to the next one. I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm thinking like a semi-truck. Semi-drivers with CDL, your number one thing is always look in the mirror before you turn. Go, get out and look, or look. If you can't see it, they can't see you. And I'm staring at the driver the whole time, just watching. I'm on the clutch. Just know he's not going to, he never looked, and just put the blinker on. And I'm sorry, just came right on over. I just hit the shoulder and just took off. Like, I won't ride this motorcycle on the highway no more.
Yeah.
I used to go to Ricardo's, 'cause I can take the back roads and just jump on X11 and get off real quick.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take
I don't
my
know.
bike.
Sometimes the highways, at least the cars are all moving the
Lou-
same speed.
Lou almost died.
There's
Lou
no
almost died on the
intersections.
Pennsylvania Turnpike. Lou ran into the concrete wall doing about 50 miles an hour on the Pennsylvania Turnpike for no good reason.
Just to get mentally tough like he does.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that with no motorcycle. Fuck that. That's life or death.
That's a whole nother story. But I witnessed that happening. Difference in riding in Jersey. Where are you from originally?
Illinois.
Illinois. Well, big, huge difference. I mean, you said I grew up in a tiny little town in Maine, so I can kind of relate. You're a small town.
Yeah,
There's
my
800,
town was
800
small.
people in my town where I grew up in Maine.
Growing up, it was 1,200 something.
Yeah,
Now
so
I looked
comparable.
Yeah, it's pretty big now. It's grew. They put a high school and a middle school and a couple
So
more
what,
schools. So it's,
if they didn't have a high school, where'd you go to school?
well, I'm saying another high school. We
Okay.
had a high school, but they put another one nearby, so it made the community blow up.
Right.
Like my school, my graduating class, well, I think we had like 700 and some people in my graduating class, but the
Not
average
bad.
class
That's
was like
pretty good.
1,000.
I had
So you got to think about
55 kids in my graduating class. And
55 kids.
I had 7 towns that went to my high school.
and
Oh, we had a lot
6
of-
of them were his
yeah.
cousins.
Yeah. I took Deb,
One, and then that one of the cousins was his girlfriend.
yeah, I took her to the
Go
prom.
there.
Yeah, sweet
Oh,
girl
boy.
though, sweet girl. She was a giver. Differences in
Those Matthews
you're,
are.
You're a big. Shut up. You're pissed because my sister never called you back. You're a big time hunter.
Yes.
Differences in hunting.
Oh wait, yes.
in
I have the question.
Small town.
No, stop. I'm gonna cut you off
Is it gonna be about my
because
sister?
this is what I wanted. No, it's not about hunting. Because I have all these hunting questions, and Roger's somewhat of a hunter. I know you're a big.
I
hunter.
was a big hunter.
Okay, he says hunting in Jersey is easy.
It is.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't know. I just wanted to get that. I just wanted
It's like
because why? There's so
literally
many deer.
Easier.
that's
I
like
think
putting
is
your
fair
hand in a
question.
jar and you know you're gonna.
Is that easy?
I
wow, Sid,
I
why are you
think
talking
so.
all this shit like you got deers?
I think so.
Because
Deers.
I can kill me. I want a big
trophy.
Okay.
Right.
So you wait to do that.
Last year, definitely.
Yeah.
I waited a lot. I didn't get nearly as many deer as I could have.
Corey had to put a stamp on it for him to believe it. It was good enough when I said it.
But yeah, I've never been in the stand.
I thought you were just like Maine, like a Maine.
No, listen,
snob.
Corey, this is the truth. I hunted my entire childhood a lot by myself. My dad, I grew up with guns. I mean, I was properly trained. Grew up hunting, and I spent an incredible amount of time in the woods. Incredible amount of time hunting, and I've shot everything. You know how many deer I've shot in Maine? One. When I was like 20, I don't know, probably 30 years old. And it was probably the third buck I'd ever seen in my life because they're just very elusive up there. Mm-hmm. They're extreme. You come to Jersey, I feel like I could kill one with a slingshot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's like Illinois.
It's hard.
Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, place where you can't bait. That's what makes it so easy in Jersey. You can put corn and stuff out. You can put different attractants and make them
do it in Maine either.
Can't do that in like Illinois and stuff. Right. And they so spaced out. You drive on the highway.
They don't need to see humans in Maine. They don't need to see you. They have so much land. They don't need to see you.
Now, why are the rules like that here?
Because
of
no
overpopulation. Yeah.
There's no real corn. Like in Illinois, Wisconsin, nothing but cornfields,
part
bean
of
fields,
population
stuff from the feed off of. Yeah. Here, there's not much for them to feed off of, and it's too many deer per people.
And Jersey, the size of the state of Jersey is really small relative, comparison to Illinois, in comparison to Maine. It's a very small state. It really is.
Like over by Ricardo's, you can kill unlimited does.
Yep.
I mean, 2 a day. So throughout the whole season, I can go out there and kill 2 deer. That's how many there is.
Everybody wants a buck. Just is it because they have better meat?
No, they want the trophy on the wall.
Yeah, you always want a buck. You get a buck tag with your doe tags. Mm-hmm. In my zone, you get 5 doe tags and 1 buck. I always want to max my doe tags, but I always want to fill my buck tag too. So sometimes I let those does go until I get my buck, and it's like, all right, now I'm gonna go back and just fill up my freezer. I
does the female or male deer taste any different?
No.
Okay.
No. I will say the one difference that I would do in Jersey, because it's sort of in my mind evens the playing field, and it's the mark of a true hunter, is bow hunting, which I have a bow, he has a bow, but I've never actually bow hunted, and I think it gives the deer a much better chance. I mean, you really have to be a better hunter, and you could kill.
You want to give him a chance? Fucking jump on him and choke him and see if that works.
Some Stallone shit, some Rambo shit.
This year, how about I get both of you guys?
I would love that.
I'm down.
Now they got the apprentice thing, so you don't have to take the hunter safety course. But if you wanted to go out on your own, you get your hunter safety course and you get a license.
Was mine transferable? I took it in Maine.
If you already got a hunter safety, you're good.
I got it in
Once
Maine.
You got it, you can pull it up online and get it again. But for you, if you didn't want to take the whole course, which you do online, you get an apprentice license, you can go out with somebody. So me or Roger go out, you can come out.
Oh no, I've been out of the game a long time. We would definitely go with you.
I'm down. I would like to
definitely put you. Like I said, I got
now,
the new show now.
Frankie, if you kill a deer, the standard rule is, and I'm not going to come over, you got to eat the heart, all that shit. People, you got to gut it yourself. Would you do it?
Yeah.
You do it.
Okay. I gotta go fucking.
You got gloves. You can put gloves on and go to your shoulder, but your size might take your whole body.
Yeah. You can use one of them little yellow rubber ones that you clean the toilet with.
Janitor gloves.
Look at this.
But yeah, I definitely want to get you out.
2 giants. I got 2 giants on either side of it.
I didn't realize, honestly, when Corey walked in your house tonight, I forgot how big he is, man.
You scared? You a little scared?
I was a little intimidated.
Oh, he saw a black guy. He saw a black guy.
Oh, Karen.
There we go. Are you labeling?
It's crazy. I get that every time I come in. Like, man, I didn't realize how big, or even if they have seen me or they haven't. Like, man, you look way bigger than you do on TV. Like, I fight 205. What y'all thought?
I get the opposite. Everybody tells me I look smaller in person than I did on TV.
No, when I saw you at Subway, like, nope, that's Roger.
My line always is, buy a fucking smaller TV, and I just walk away.
Especially Jersey,
I get. You look a lot bigger on TV. I'm like, yeah, I am a lot bigger on TV, buddy.
Yeah, you make you 25 and 35 look huge on TV. It's just y'all in the cage. You look average size. Then we see you.
You call me average?
No, you don't. I said on TV you look average.
You don't realize it, the size of these guys, because they're obviously, even the smaller fighters, they're just jacked, shredded, until you get a big ref in there with them, and then you're like, oh, that fucking, they got some big refs in there now.
Put Dan Margariota in there.
Dan's a big boy. Yeah.
Dan's big, like when he was hitting the weights and whatever else he was hitting.
Yeah,
like he was bigger than Brock and shit sometimes.
He's a big boy. Yeah,
he's like 6'5" or so. He's taller than you, right?
Yeah, he's a little taller than me. He's with that team of Pollen, the nutrition coming with, so I always see him over there at the meet and greets. And
he's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
good dude.
Yep.
So Corey, it's good to have you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Appreciate this.
This was good, little insight, little knowledge dropping, and I'm excited to get you back in there. See when you get back in there. I'm July 15th now.
Oh, you are?
I think they changed. Yeah, July 15th.
Oh wow.
Instead of the 11th, but they're
So
there.
they're gonna be through the weekend. A
It's
weekday.
gonna be a Wednesday.
Wow.
Wednesday.
They're gonna start doing the Wednesday, Saturday again, or what?
Why not? They have the dates. They have 4 dates in July. That's at Fight Island. I know 11, 15, and then I don't know, 25 is one maybe.
So who's on the 11th? Or so the 11th is still going. They just moved you to a different card.
Yeah.
They moved you up on the card, or
I don't know yet. We shall see.
this will be the first time you ain't main or co-main.
I didn't want to say it because it fucking annoys me, but you're not on the main card this time.
No.
Well, I was on the main card. I was talking about co-main
I
event.
will be on May 11th.
Oh, you will?
Or, the 15th,
15th.
rather
Oh, okay.
July 15th. I don't know where on the main card, but I'm pretty sure I'll be on the main card.
Okay, great, good.
That's probably why they moved you.
I think
like,
so.
There's no way Frankie can be on the prelims.
That's what I said. I
From
saw
main
it.
I have
event,
been, though.
co-main event,
But
your whole life.
I was so
But I
sensitive
have
about it. I
been.
didn't even want to say it.
But
to
I
him.
have been. I've been. When I fought
20 years ago?
when I fought Jeremy Stevens, I was the main event of ESPN.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. It was
That's what they
Fox
did for
back
me and
then.
Johnny Walker too. They do
Yeah.
that for big fights
Yeah,
to make
for big
people
fights.
tune in to the.
Yeah. So that gets you people want to, you watch that and then you order the paper.
Yeah, because actually that fight, they said that was a record breaking for the prelims for the ESPN or whatever because everybody wanted to see Johnny
Did you
Walker.
get fight of the night on that?
Yeah.
You did, yeah. You should have.
And then got fined $10K.
Yeah.
10K. I'm like, Corey learned his lesson.
Wait a minute. Wait. You
Never.
got fined? Oh, for
all the
screaming and shit now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you got fined.
That's ridiculous.
They sent me like a whole list of the things I did wrong. And it was
Really?
like gyrating on the cage, touching your opponent after the fight, yelling at your opponent's face after the fight, touching the ref.
Is that
What
fine
time?
payable
What-
to the commission? Who's that
Yeah,
payable
to
to?
the
The commission.
Yeah, I talked to New Jersey Commission.
Wow.
Like they just do that in New York. Because that's why a lot of people don't fight in New York. They try to do find any way they can to
take
smack a
some money
$10,000
from
fine.
You
So
should have
there's no
showed
way-
up. You should have showed up and paid that in pennies. They're
real.
fucking amazing.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But even Nick Lentz was like, I talked to the commission. Like, that's not
Lembo,
cool. I know.
Lembo.
Let me ask you a question, though. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
He's like, fight of the night. All right, it's give or take. Fuck, what you gonna do?
My favorite fight, so I think it was worth it. I'd have paid half of that for you. No, I'm kidding. Frankie's got the money. Frankie would have paid it.
If everybody would have threw in just $1.
Yeah, shit.
We would have made that easy.
What is your? I'll put you on the spot. What is your favorite Frankie fight?
I'm going to say Maynard 2.
I was gonna say. I knew it was gonna be Maynard. All right, yeah, Maynard 2.
I mean, to be honest, when I went on the Ultimate Fighter,
I love the Cub Swanson fight. I love that.
Yeah, I like how he finished and
I love the ground and pound. Yeah, I love that. That was a good fight.
Or the Yair Rodriguez one.
I was going
because
to.
that was similar to the Johnny Walker fight.
He was a hype train. Yeah,
I watched that fight a lot
That's
going
true.
into the Johnny Walker fight, like how did Frankie compose himself, stay the
Yeah.
distance, and close the distance.
Yeah. I was really curious to see what would happen with the Yair after that, and he sort of made me a fan a little bit when he fought the Zombie. I mean that was a tough fight, and how he finished that fight was.
There's rumors he's fighting Zabit.
Yeah, I seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
I love watching Zabit fight.
August, I think.
August 29th.
Is that the card DC's on? Or is
No,
he
he's
15th?
August 11th. No,
15th.
August 7th. Someone, the one in the front. I don't know.
And he's ducked a few fights. He almost got cut for ducking fights. Didn't
Yeah, he said after
he did get cut.
after he whooped him, he was done for about a year and a half.
Right.
Cause I seen him at the summit,
Right,
and
right,
then
right.
they tried to book him, and then he turned out. Then Zabit came and tried to give him Zabit, and he said no.
No.
Yeah.
And then that's when they cut him.
Yeah.
Then when he came back, they're like, "Oh, you gotta fight Zabit still."
Yeah.
Then he
Then
stepped
got-
in for Korean Zombie, the Korean Zombie fight, and then he ended up getting another fight, and now he's back.
Wait, he fought Korean Zombie. He fought someone else after that.
Yeah.
Who?
I can't remember
Did he?
who it was.
that-
Jeremy
that-
Stevens.
Remember
when they poked the eye in
right,
New Mexico
right.
and
Yeah,
then
that got
rebooked
cut
twice.
short. Yeah,
Yeah.
good memory on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither one of those fights hurt his stock at all, though. He looked good in both of those fights.
Oh, Yair?
Yeah,
Oh,
looked really good in both
yeah,
those fights.
Yeah, he won. He won both of them.
Wow, the eye
I
poke.
feel like
really
Korean
hurt.
Zombie, he was losing that one. I don't know.
He was. Yeah,
And then
he was.
Ain't no way you playing that elbow. I
Nah,
can't.
dude, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
It's kind of like he ducked and his elbow happened
Dude,
to go
the way it
up.
happened,
If that was
second
planned,
left,
if
1
that was
second
planned,
left.
if that was planned, that was fucking the best shot anybody's ever thrown. You know what I mean? The best time shot, I should say. There's no way that could have been planned. You think it was planned?
How you hold pass for that?
Yeah.
Duck and I'm gonna reach back.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Regardless,
I think he
listen.
literally
If I
just
was him,
ducked
I
when
would
he
say I
ducked,
planned
his
it. But
elbow
Like,
went
oh
up.
shit! You're like, oh, he got
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah,
Oh,
poke it up.
yeah.
someone tickled him.
Shit. Would you? Would you be? Would you? How would you feel about? Would you want to fight in Abu Dhabi?
I mean, if the
You
opportunity
don't care,
came,
right?
I
How do you
don't
feel
really
about
care.
fighting overseas?
Biggest thing now is I know my wife want to be there.
Yeah.
With the baby, it's hard.
Yeah.
So if it worked out where she can go, that's the thing. She don't want me fighting if she can't be there. But she understands if we had to go, we'd do it. But 9 times out of 10, I would love to have her there. That she's kind of, even like when I'm hunting or in the woods, she's always, where you at? Where? She just always want to know I'm safe. So even the time when I get knocked out and I come to, when they ask me, like, oh, this is like, go get my wife before I ask any questions. They're like, what do you mean? Like, go get my wife. Like, I can guarantee you right now, you go to her seat, she's looking for you. And sure enough, I look up and she's running down. I know Jenny. She cares. She's a lover. She want to make sure her man is okay. And they're like, oh, it used to be my mom. So the first time I got knocked out with Jenny in the corner or with me, they're like, oh, you want to get your mom? Like, nah, get my wife. Or Jenny, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then now it's always the same thing. They always ask, where's she at? What seat? Give me her ticket number. And they know, go get her right away. Because then we answer all the questions. I'm fine.
So when you guys, I mean, both you guys as fighters, when you get a fight, especially an overseas fight, you're allowed to bring so many people. You have carte blanche to pick and choose who you want. You can bring family, or you can bring training partners or coaches, or how does that work?
Now they say you can only bring your corners.
Yeah, well, like right now, your corners
your fight coming up. How many people can you bring?
I'm
that
only
is
gonna
covered?
bring 3.
You can bring as many as you want as long as you pay for them.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
But not for this fight. No, everything, all bets are off. I can only bring 3 corner. I can't bring anybody else. Renee can't go.
And
it used to be the first fight Renee has not been to.
Used to be different.
Steve, what?
Used to be different. You used to be able to bring used to be able to use your. Let's say you get
say it was
3
day
people.
this COVID. Say
COVID.
Right. Say COVID never happened. You get 4 tickets. When you're a fighter, they give you 4 tickets. I give those to my either my mother, my father, Renee, and my sister.
Stand tickets. Okay.
Yeah,
and
then
then
I can take my corner people. But then I always fly a few people with me.
Okay.
Steve, Mark Lee, and then some people will just are part of the crew.
See, that's main event treatment. When you my level, it's my ticket in one corner, and I got to pay for everybody else.
Oh wow.
No. What are you talking about?
You get to take
me, and I get 2 tickets, but I still have to pay for the other corner, and then anybody else I want to take too.
See, I got 3. So I got 3 corners. It's me and Mark, so I got to pay Ricardo and Nick or whichever way.
So there are some advantages to fighting stateside then, because I remember when you fought in Korea, you had to pay like a Korean tax or some shit, right?
Yes,
which kind of crushed.
Sucks.
And you didn't know it.
Canada had to pay a tax. Listen, I fought in Canada. I fought Holloway in Canada in this past summer. And I'm like, I am done fighting overseas. I fought overseas, Abu Dhabi, Japan, Philippines, and then Canada. I'm like, I'm done fighting overseas. Fucking Koreans on me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in. Okay.
South Korea. I'm like, all right, I am done fighting Abu Dhabi. Okay. Right? What the fuck?
Mr. International.
But listen, the good thing about Abu Dhabi is no tax.
True.
Tax.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. So they'll come up something to hit you with.
I know.
It'll be a COVID-19 tax or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Crazy.
Well,
taxes didn't exist.
Yeah, I know. Well, and Abu Dhabi, believe it or not, I think they don't. Like, the citizens don't pay taxes.
Well, Vegas and where else you don't pay taxes? Another state. In
Vegas, you don't pay taxes?
You don't have to
Like,
pay
no
taxes.
income tax or homeowners tax? I'm sure you do. Have to. Right? No?
Maybe just
No.
you did.
You don't pay taxes in Vegas.
Oh. No, I'm talking about like,
When
I
you
thought
get
you said if you
paid,
live there. If you live
No,
there.
your
No,
purse,
You're
when
saying,
you get perks.
No, yeah, okay, yes. Okay, yeah. Now you're talking about. I thought you meant like if you live there, you don't pay taxes.
No.
That's what
I know
I'm saying.
Texas-
I'm saying in Abu
Texas,
Dhabi.
they don't.
No, I'm
I know
saying in
Texas,
Abu
they don't pay
Dhabi,
taxes.
you don't pay tax. Like if you buy a house in Abu Dhabi, you just pay for what the house costs.
Yeah,
No.
which is $18 million
No,
for a
not
ranch.
even.
Yeah.
And if you could buy a car in Abu Dhabi, you just pay what the car costs. There's no finance charges.
You ever see
But I think
YouTube?
that's how Texas is too.
YouTube has a channel.
Really?
that
No
somehow
way.
I
No, everybody and their mother be fucking financing cars from Texas.
Yeah, I
No
don't know
way,
about
what
that,
are you
but I know
talking
because that's what I keep
You
telling
can
us.
finance a car with no interest.
That's why they keep. That's interest
Huh?
is not tax.
Income tax.
Isn't
yeah, no,
North
no,
Carolina the same thing?
No,
No.
interest and tax is completely different. Tax is like paying that the Uncle Sam. Interest is you paying the bank
Okay,
or
whatever.
whatever.
Okay, then I was wrong. All right, I
Come on,
retract.
Mr.
I retract.
Jeopardy.
Listen,
You
I'm just
wrong?
saying when they buy
Impeach,
a car, they don't have to pay.
motherfucker.
They don't have to pay. They said to pay. That's what I said. I fucking said you have to pay the car off.
But I
And
don't think
when
they
you get a
have to
house,
pay.
you don't have to pay taxes.
Because Mike Barker, he always tell me, "Oh, come out here, ain't no taxes. Just come. There's no taxes. Just come."
Where
in Texas.
Where
Yeah.
you think about going?
That now with all the stuff going on,
Yeah, I'm
with,
thinking too.
because Jenny is with the vaccines and all the different stuff they trying to make mandatory.
Yeah.
Texas ain't got no laws. You go to Wild West. I was out there 2 weeks ago.
So open carry? Is that open carry?
Yeah, no.
Would you open carry?
Yeah, well,
it's a constitutional carry.
But an open carry is like you go a gun hanging on your hip.
As
I
long as
would
it's showing,
too,
you can. Yeah, I would. Everybody down there pretty
Dude,
much.
I seen an email thing for a concealed carry. We could never get that here.
I have my concealed carry in Virginia, Florida, and New Hampshire, which allows me to carry in like 42 states or something like that. But it does not allow me to carry in New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah,
so you got to get the gun out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My dad got them in every state but Jersey and New York.
Yeah,
the
hardest too.
Yeah, he literally has this. Like it's been times we back home going to the state building or courtroom. He forget he got it because it's just so natural.
Yeah.
He got to go back. Well, he was riding here, and he called me. And I called one of my buddies. He was like, "Tell your dad leave it in PA somewhere.
Yeah.
Like find somewhere to drop it off. Like do not bring that gun here because if you get pulled over and they see it." Even with your concealed carry, you doing time. It's
Maine
crazy.
is a constitutional carry state, meaning that you can open carry.
Oh, you can open carry there too?
Right.
Gun laws here is crazy.
Yeah.
Period. That's why I just bow hunt.
New Jersey and New York are the worst in the country.
Like I couldn't even bring a hunting. If I was to come hunting here from out of state, I wouldn't be able to fly my gun in.
Right.
Like I'd have to use somebody's here, but they have to be with me at all times.
Wow.
Like I can't be holding the gun without their presence. So that's why that's how I mainly got into all bow hunting here. And I found that out.
Which is why I said if I ever did it, I would come with you and bow hunt because for two reasons. It's legally it's easier to do. Also, I think it gives the game a better shot. It makes it evens the playing field a little bit.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Gun you can shoot way out there.
Even if you use the gun, it's shotgun
close.
only in New Jersey. You can only hunt with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Jersey.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, shotgun only. You
A
can't.
fucking shotgun? Are you can
not
only
even
shoot-
slugs. Buckshot only, correct?
I'm not sure.
I believe it's buckshot only.
How are you shooting a deer with a fucking buckshot?
Easy.
You're gonna put a hole in it.
A lot of people. Well, yeah, that's the idea. You put a hole in it.
No, but I mean, like, aren't you fucking gonna put too big of a hole?
A slug would put a much bigger hole in it than
a slug.
buckshot. Yeah.
Buckshot's kind of like just one.
Buckshot's about probably.
Oh, a
like
buckshot. It's not.
12,
It's not like a.
12
it's not like
pellets
a
that spread out. Not
Yeah,
like birdshot.
yeah,
Birdshot
that's
spreads out much
Yeah,
wider,
way-
smaller pellets. Buckshot is bigger pellets, but maybe like 10 pellets in a round.
So how like diameter like that?
No, that would be a
the
slug.
hole,
That'd be
the
a size of
hole
slug.
isn't that big in the deer. I'm saying.
Right,
Like
right.
it's when it hit, it's not a
Even on
big
a
goal. It's like
But
maybe
but you
you
have to
just
be
like
close.
a little blood
You know,
hole.
I want Corey's take on this too. I delivered to a residence in Lakewood, I don't know, a few winters ago, and the guy came out and he was just talking to me or whatever, and he was a big time bow hunter, and we were talking about hunting, and I basically had the same conversation, and I was like, you're not gonna get a big trophy buck around here anyway. And he was like, oh, and he was a huge bow hunter, talking about all this land that he had and all this. A lot of it was in Wall Township. And he started going through his phone and showing me pictures of bucks that he killed in New Jersey, and I would have fucking swore he was lying to me. There are some monsters, racks. I don't know about body size, but racks. There was some monsters that this guy.
They're
killed.
on steroids. in
I
Jersey,
did not
bro.
think.
Those are Jersey steroids.
Well, if I go hunting, so won't the hunter.
Yeah.
So it evens the playing field. So anyway, yeah, I was dumbfounded. I was like, maybe I would consider hunting in Jersey because there are some big racks, not big body deer, but big racks. You know what I mean? So and that's what goes on the wall,
There
not the
are
body.
some nice ones here. It's just hard to come by.
That's what
hard
I hear.
to find
yeah.
them. You just got to go.
This guy was good, man.
But you got to think in Jersey, there's so many people.
Right.
There is more hunters than you would expect.
Right.
So the deer are pressured. So a lot of people hunt in the same places. You're not gonna find the big ones there.
Right.
You got to go deep off, and
Yeah.
like it's a spot behind my house. I looked it up. It's 2,000 acres of not. It's like not public, but it's not private. You can hunt it, owned by Jackson, but it go way out there. And I walked.
2,000 acres. That's
Yeah,
a lot,
it
man.
took me but you got to keep going just to cover it. It's like a zigzag. But I got like an hour and a half out there, and it was still so much more.
Wow.
And even that deep, I was finding tree stands in the tree. Like, damn, the only way you can get back here is from the road next to my house. So it's other people that walk way out here. And I'm thinking, I'm not gonna find nobody here.
Right.
So you got to think if it's that many people back there,
Small state acreage wise. I mean, yeah. So
they getting decent bucks, but it's not the biggest ones out there. I know people that have access to that land out there from one house, and there's no way people can get there.
right.
I got a
Now,
buddy
you
that
take
killed
that. You take that bike. Can you take that bike?
Yeah, I
in the
take the
wood-
bike.
in the
I
woods?
saw that. That thing is
Yeah.
pretty dope. Yeah.
and I put a little
It's
bow carrier
electric
on it.
powered, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
I souped it up today. I found out how to. It come where you can go up to like 22 miles per hour. I got to 20, and today I was playing with it, and I got to go up. Can't remember what it is in kilometers, but it went up like 10 more than what it was.
Put
Like,
a chip in it
oh,
and shit.
No, all that.
I see people that take you seen this, Lou? People do it on YouTube. People that know what they're doing. Not me and Frankie. We're not technically savvy at all, but the little cars that come with the little 6-volt batteries, and they put car batteries in them, bro, they'll burn out donuts and shit. You can put a car battery in your kid's like little, Barbie car.
Yeah? Oh, really?
And bro, those things are like savage. You have to change the voltage regulator and all that sort of shit, I think, but you can do it. And
you could do it.
They scream, yeah. No, Lou. I would call Lou to do it. Lou's like a genius with that shit.
Call Dez back. He's a mechanic. He can do all that.
Yeah. He's in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, have him hook Valentina's.
Put a car battery in that thing. Yeah. I see she's got a dirt bike now, electric one. My daughter has the same exact one. Yeah, my daughter has the same one.
She rips it pretty good.
And your son's got a gas-powered one.
I was like, whose little Metal Militia is that in there?
I saw it in the garage when I came in. I didn't know he had it.
How about the Metal Militia?
That's Tino, right?
What's the Metal Militia?
See, you don't even know. You can't have that bike on no Metal Militia is,
man. Legendary. Brian Deegan, man. He's a legend.
Come on, man.
I bought that bike off somebody.
Change the plastic.
That's a 05. Actually, I just got him one of those
grease that chain a little bit.
SSRs.
Yeah, I got an SSR.
I got a
125 SSR.
Yeah, I got him a 110.
I got a 120. It might be a 110 actually. You might be right. Yeah.
You have a 110? How are you gonna fit on it?
Because it's fun just to play with, man. It's up at the main house. Yeah, pit bike. Yeah.
It's like a 50cc.
Chinese made the first thing that breaks on it, throw it away.
But I heard these are like the best ones of the.
Yeah, they are fairly built, but don't leave them outside. They'll rust up because they're all cast iron. They're not like aluminum heads or anything like that. But they're for what you pay. You can buy a brand new one for like less than $1,000.
Yeah, exactly. I ordered it.
So that the 110 up there?
No, that's a 50.
CR50. Used to have
buddies
had a 50 and put the little kit on it, the big forks and the big.
But but it has the big. They put the bigger hand. This is a pit bike
bar, so the adult had it and played with it.
Now, where do you let him ride that on the street?
No, I think I'm Steve's. Sometimes by the power lines.
Yeah.
I could go over and rip Steve's up.
Yeah. Steve's all right. It's all right.
I just had a trail camera out there.
He has like a track. It's like literally
I used to take my truck around it when we practiced out there, but the neighbor would get pissed. Does he still get that same neighbor?
No.
Remember the neighbor that took him to the town and all that shit?
No. He's not. He don't live there no more, Steve.
No, I thought that was the pit you were talking about.
No, that's the pit. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. But he doesn't. He the wrestling schools are there. He rents out the house.
Right.
But all the woods around is gone now anyway.
Yeah.
The city bought that area. Literally, it kind of made it better, but bad for hunting. Like the deer used to come traveling through there because Steve let me used to put a hunting blind back there. But now it's when I sit there, you can see the kids, like the Jewish kids, walking right across the tree line. Like, all right, I might as well get up and leave because they don't have scent spray on. They're just running around playing. Yeah. So it's like, all right, it's over.
And that deer, that's the thing. They smell better.
Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Right?
Their eyes and ears are really good, but they smell from a long way. If you see them licking their nose, it's over. They just wet the wick, and it's over.
They said a dog smells like 100 times better, 10 times better than us, and they smell like 10 times better than a dog. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
That's why you still hunt and use the wind to your advantage. You always try to stay downwind to him. So, that's what we need to get him in the stand.
Get you out there. Like I said, we get you on one of my episodes. Now I got the hunting show. It's actually a legit show. So
definitely, I'm in. Awesome. I'm in.
I wanted to get you out there last year for my own little personal YouTube channel. We could do that too.
Yeah,
whatever.
We'll do it all.
We ain't got to hunt only one time.
It'll be like you taking my cousin Vinny fucking hunting.
What?
You ever see my cousin Vinny?
Oh, great.
What?
Marissa Tomei. She's in
Joe Pesci. The Two Youths.
Oh yeah, great movie.
Wow, you got to watch that movie.
She's in that new movie with the comedian from Saturday Night Live, Mr. Staten Island. Marissa Tomei's in that. I think it's called Mr. Staten Island or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually seen that on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's that guy's name?
That tall, skinny guy that was with the hot singer chick. What is his name? He's from Saturday Night Live. I'm drawing a total blank. Yeah. Lugal, what's his name? He's a pretty funny guy. But
he talks like this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Right? Is that how he talks?
I don't know if that was spot on, but better than I could do. Ariana Grande. He was with Ariana Grande.
Yeah. He has that song. Has that quarantine song with him and Adam Sandler had a quarantine song. It's pretty funny.
Did they? Yeah.
Well, all right.
I don't really watch. I've never been big on watching dumb humor on TV.
My cousin.
Oh, you're gonna hate our show then. You're gonna fucking hate this podcast.
Yo, my cousin Vinny.
We got dad jokes all day down here, bro.
My cousin Vinny's dumb humor, but it's not like a spoof type movie.
I don't think that's even dumb humor. It's pretty witty humor, actually. You know what I mean?
It's funny. It's like it's these guys, these two Italian kids. They're driving down through the South. They go to a gas station.
Dumb humor is like Mel Brooks shit. You know what I mean?
That's like spoof comedy. They go to some convenience store. They get gas. They leave. when they leave, someone comes and shoots the clerk.
Now you're ruining the movie for him. Watch the movie. It's fun. It's a good movie.
They shoot the clerk, and then they get locked up, and they're about to do. They're like these two Yankees are down here, fucking. They killed one of our hillbilly clerks, and they get his cousin Vinny to come. He's an attorney. His cousin Vinny has to come get him out of prison, or to represent him in the legal case. But he's not. Yeah. But he's not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But he is. No, he is. He kind. Yeah. But it's fucking.
He
funny,
didn't pass
bro.
the bar.
It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pass the bar, but I know a little bit. Enough that you want to legally search my shit. I know, shit, I'm rapping.
But you're not freestyling.
All right, Corey. Hey,
watch that.
Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for being on, man.
Definitely.
Thanks for being on.
We'll do this again. When you book the fight, we'll get you on or afterwards again. So good stuff, my man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Hope you guys both get in the W.
Yeah. Let's fucking get back to that.
Bring one back to the home team, back to Jersey.
I'm down with it.
And we're not just talking about it. We're going to get out there hunting. I know a little bit about what I'm doing.
Down.
But
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm very rusty.
I'm
very
100%.
rusty.
I'm in. Done.
Definitely got to get you out to Texas, man.
I want to do that too.
That's just so fun.
Yeah.
That's
I'll do that too.
Let
me know. You got to let me know.
Suppressors.
You got to let me know. You got to let me know. I'm down.
All right.
You can
I'm ready to live some life.
Get you out there with them now.
You can shoot full autos at a couple places in Pennsylvania too. So, yeah. So
not the hunt shit though.
Not the hunt shit. No. Nobody can shoot that shit to hunt shit. But
no, in Texas
they have
full auto to hunt shit.
I've
seen them blowing up pigs with tannerite. So they
don't they have like hog problem down there and they literally shoot them from helicopters?
They're a feral animal.
We can do all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got people that can get all
as long as we're
there.
gonna eat the shit or someone's gonna eat it.
I only kill what I eat.
Yeah, that to me is that to me is like, bro. I got that Traeger. I'm not a cookie. I'm not a food guy. I'm not a cook. But I've been doing the Traeger a little bit here and there, and it's fucking. It's cool cooking the shit you prepare and you make good. Imagine.
Well, that's some Joe Rogan. That's some Joe Rogan.
Killing it, cooking it, and eating it.
We can
like,
do
that's
the whole
real.
thing. Like I do it all myself. I don't process through the store anymore. I got everything in the garage.
Wait. So you cut the whole turkey, quarter, and everything?
Yeah.
Or turkey.
I hang it in the garage. Cut quarter the
Bleed
legs,
it out
cut the back straps, everything.
I'm down.
We got a table. We zipped or vacuum sealed them. And
there's nothing
got the grinder, the
than
sausage
that.
maker.
Everything.
Bro, you better be careful. Fuck with Corey, bro. He's gonna cut your ass up. He's gonna quarter your ass
Drop
up.
your bones out in the back, 2,000 acres.
Take
the ice man.
Take him 10 minutes to cut your little ass up.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be
Okay. All right.
You got 2 legs a quarter. The rest of that is easy.
Fucking Roger over here.
Hey, listen, man. I had to get one in. The opportunity presented itself.
Listen,
anyway,
if we're gonna hunt anybody, they're gonna hunt your big ass. All right,
my fat ass.
Not gonna get me.
We'll sustain many more people than I will, my friend.
Let me know. Let me know how I taste. All right. So, Corey Anderson, pleasure having you in, man. You're welcome anytime to come sit on the couch with us. I really appreciate it. I don't think we solved all the world problems, but I think we're all basically on the same page, and we want good things for humanity, and it starts at home. I think that was the lesson we learned here today, that it starts at home, right?
100%.
Yeah. So, appreciate it, man.
Onwards and upwards.
That's my saying.
That's saying.
Onwards and upwards. Like
and 25-8.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Thanks to Frankie and Eddie.
Okay.
Peace.